Saltines. Hello. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me to watch this new and latest video here on the Salty Psychic. I know I have a few new subscribers, so hello. You are now officially a Saltine, as it is. And yeah, we're all a little bit salty. Let it out. Let your salt out. Pour it on the world. Let's do that together. So today's video is going to be about parents being responsible for their children's crimes. If you are not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button now. And don't forget, I have a second channel, Audrey Christine, and that is at Audrey Christine 58. You can find me there. That's just me at home with the family and the dog, or no dog, no, my dog died, so no dog, fish, and cats. That's what we have still. And then don't forget to head over to the Salty Psychic. You can book a reading there. I have some art for sale, little tiny pieces of art, little pieces of me, almost like a Harry Potter Horcrux. You too can own a little piece of me, okay? So head over there for that. Now, I'm just going to warn you. I hate murder. I hate bad behavior. I'm probably gonna be salty. I'm just gonna say, I'm forewarning you. If I drop some F-bombs, that comes along with the subject I'm talking about. And I'm sick and tired of people, all sorts of people, not being held responsible. So if you've been with me the last few months since I have come back on YouTube, you'll know how I feel about murder and justice. There is none. There is no such thing as getting justice for so-and-so's death. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's supposed to make you feel better. If you think the criminal being put away for life or even getting the death penalty is justice, I disagree. Why are we being told that that's what we settle for? No, thank you. No. There's no justice. So quit saying, we got justice for so-and-so, my child, my husband, my friend, our teacher at school who got shot by a student, whatever the situation is. Maybe it was drunk driving. There is no justice. And like I said, yes, the criminals do need to be in jail and possibly get the death penalty. But also, if you're new, my point of view on the death penalty is that's letting them off the hook. I'm not against the death penalty, but as a psychic, I'm telling you right now, they are not suffering on the other side. Yes, their life may get ended, but why is that enough? Why is it enough for you that the murderer, criminal, whatever word you want to put behind it, that's enough for you? That's what you want to give your loved one who was murdered, killed, manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, vehicular manslaughter? Why do you settle there? It's not right. It's not right. We have been trained by society to accept this justice in the courtroom as finality. That's it. Finito, you're done. You're done when your criminal goes to prison. No, I'm not. I am not done. That's just the beginning. I'm not going to shut up. Laws need to be changed. Things need to change. Things need to change. And I will tell you, I did not watch, sorry, I'm wheezing a little bit. I did not watch the trials of the Crumblies or including the boy, the mass shooter. I did not watch his trial. I did not watch his mother or his father's trial. To me, they just look like white trash. Not saying they're not valuable, but I know their story. I know their story. It's like every other story. Mom and dad buy the gun, no responsibility there. My own family member bought his teenager a freaking assault rifle. How many, in fact? How many do you need? How many things are you going to shoot and kill? Now, I'm not against the right to bear arms. Understand that. I was in the military. I have gun experience, a little bit. There's so much wrong with our society these days. There's no need for a teenager to have an assault rifle, a weapon like that that takes bullets of any kind. Not even a BB gun. Haven't you seen what these freaking middle schoolers do with BB guns? They shoot cats. They shoot squirrels. They shoot dogs. They shoot each other with BB guns. They can't be trusted. They're children, and some men as well. We don't need to be killing anything. Go to the grocery store if you want a slab of meat for dinner. You don't need to be killing animals out in your backyard. So that's one of the pretenses that people buy their kids guns. Well, we live out in the country. Well, good for you. What about it? What does that matter? I mean, everyone has so many bullshit excuses to buy the children assault rifles. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. You definitely don't live in my world. You do not live in my society. Now, with all of that being said, we have this case of this boy who took the gun to school, shot some people, killed them, and the parents ended up being charged and convicted as well. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the direction we need to take our country. No more hiding behind your right, this law, this, that. If your child commits a crime, parents should also be responsible. End of the story. Maybe then parents might care a little bit more about what they're doing and what they're raising to be in our society. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want these kind of people out in public near you? Do you want these people in line in front of you in the grocery store or at Target? It's a real question. Are you okay? No one's asking that. No one is asking that question. Put yourself in a situation where the convicted felons somehow, let's say they didn't get convicted. They're out in public. They're mixed among us, which plenty are already mixed among us. We know that. This is your world. This is your state, your city, your county, your neighborhood. Start to do something. Start reporting. If you see something, say something. If you hear something, say something. Well, Audrey, they're just kids. They come home and they just say shit. They don't even know what they're talking about. They just like to get all excited and gossip. And no, when they're talking about an assault rifle or a gun at school or that so and so has, you better take that seriously. Not only is your child's life probably in danger, but by extension, yours as well. I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. Yes, I mean my kids like shooting, but they do it at a range. That's and that's not always even safe. My husband's cousin got his eye shot out at the range he goes to. The point is, since there is no justice, things need to be changed to try and reduce the number of fatalities that we have in our country. How do we do that? Like I have always said, I have said this how many times, new rules, new laws, stricter convictions. And that is exactly what has happened in this Crumbly case. We got mom and dad behind bars. Now, I don't know these people. I couldn't point them out on the street, but them being held responsible as culpable as their child, that's where we need to go. That's what we need to do. And more parents or guardians need to face the same. Even if it's not a death situation and it's, we have bullying at school. We have a lot of things going on in schools. I worked in education for 20 years. There's a lot, and believe me, it starts young. And I worked at a private school, and just because people have money, don't think they're any different than everybody else, because they're not. The bullying, the poking, the making fun of, laughing at, leaving the person out, not letting them sit near you or play with you in the playground, it's there and it's awful. And it's a shame. And shame on you, parents, if you're raising a child to be like that. You know who you are. You know who you are. And I'm specifically not saying that to my relative. I'm saying that to the general public. And I'm not sure if stricter gun laws would help, requirements of locking up the weapons, etc., etc., because behind closed doors, people are going to be people and they're not going to follow the laws. People are going to get the weapons they want, whether it's from the store, from the internet, or somebody they know on the streets. That's going to happen. So, what really catches people's attention is the liability. You managed to not go to jail during your lifetime as an adult. You got a 17-year-old out here driving around with a weapon, and that person either chooses to deploy it or it accidentally goes off. Someone gets injured or killed. Guess what, mom, dad, uncle, whoever, you're going to prison. Parents need to parent their children. It's not easy being a parent. There's a lot of times your children hate you. That's fine. They're safe. They're healthy. They're getting good grades. They can hate me right now if they want to for not going out on a Friday night when you're 13, 14 years old. No, thank you. Parenting is, I want to say, a nightmare, because sometimes it is a nightmare, isn't it? I remember when my daughter was 12, 13, it's like, could you let the Tylenol kick in before you try and give me another headache? Because right now, I feel like I'm going to have a stroke or heart attack because you're making me a little crazy. I said that to her because, I mean, that's just stop, please, for God's sake. What is the problem? I'm on your side, you know. So there's a lot that's involved with being a parent, and oh God, girls and boys and what's going on with this generation and what new drugs are out and what, it's a lot. It is a lot to have children. No matter how well behaved your child is, they still go through stuff. They do. And if they're not even telling you about it and you think they're not going through anything, it's a facade. I promise you they're going through stuff. No one makes it out alive through middle school without some sort of issue or stressor involved. So this is in Michigan, I believe this case was happening. So this is good, and we need to have this and more in every state in our union. We need to start holding more people accountable. I watch these cop shows, my husband and I, and these murder things, and obviously I'm into true crime and stuff. And the parents are like, I didn't know. I didn't know he left this bedroom at night and snuck out and was gangbanging. Really? Really? That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You're still going to be held responsible. Because then maybe people who shouldn't have kids will stop having kids. Maybe wait till you're older to have kids, until your brain's all connected and fully grown. Our brains are not fully developed until our late 20s. Did you know that? I had 2 kids in my 20s and my brain wasn't fully developed. That's kind of scary, but that's a fact. So, like I've said before, I can't save the planet, but I put myself out here just to prompt you guys with questions. And as I am a medium, I'm a psychic medium, I give you some information from that as well. Because I don't know how many times I have been reading about a story or just listening. My husband listens to Nancy Grace. So I'm hearing Nancy Grace in the background talk about someone that's been killed. And then I get the murdered victim coming to me spiritually, energy. They come and talk to me. That's how my whole channel started, was spirits that have been murdered coming to talk to me and saying, oh no, it was like this or that, or I went there because this and then this happened. And, they give me all the details. I'm telling you, these things, these murders could be prevented. Maybe you're tired of having kids and you just don't want to hear what's going on with them. Well, sorry, you're going to be held responsible till they're 18. And sometimes in certain cases, maybe even a little over 18, depending on the circumstances. Start being responsible. Oh, sure, your kids are going to get mad at you and maybe hate you if you take away their toys or their weapons and set curfews for them. They're going to be pissed. But you know what? My kids have all survived. Let me know what you guys think. What are some other ideas? What other ways can we hold families responsible for children's behaviors? How else? What else can be done? Because this is a really fantastic thing that's happened in Michigan with these parents getting convicted. I don't know how much time they'll spend behind bars. We'll see. Possibly a lot, maybe not a lot. I don't know. I don't know Michigan very well at all. So let me know what you think. What are your ideas? What else should happen? Aren't you tired of school shootings? Aren't you tired, ladies, of all these women that get murdered? We can't even go to the freaking grocery store at night. Sometimes we can't even leave our house in the car. Being in the car isn't safe enough because people run up to the freaking car. A lot of it's drugs, there's homeless people, there's, just street violence. There's so much that goes on. Let's start filling our prisons with parents as well. No justice. No justice in murder. Ever. I'll see you next time.